Okay. We are back. We are hydrated. There is hot dogs or something, glizzies in the air fryer for Axe.
I am the Glizzy Gobbler. Beware.
Or the
Yeah,
Glizzy
that's
Gobbler or the Glizzy Goblin?
Gobbler. Gonna slurp them glizzies up.
Well, don't worry, for I am the Mind Goblin.
Should I finish that joke?
Okay. So, somebody's scurrying around out here now.
Lycan's a nerd.
I think I just accidentally gave him an ultra bait for some reason.
Hey! I gotta get banned for saying the truth. My hot dogs still have like 2 minutes on them.
But no, so you guys do get to go rest after that lovely display of attemptive power from the other side of a mirror in which somebody is stuck in now. Now,
Yeah, it
correction.
didn't really bother me that much.
Now, correction is he doesn't need lunar power to get through the mirror. He needs solar power, and he might have accidentally all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So now he needs to find somebody willing to do it for him. Otherwise, he's stuck on this other side of the mirror, just... So all you need is some solar-powered individual that is totally evil to help him out.
Yep.
There aren't any of those around.
It definitely is somewhere.
There's definitely not a cultist or two somewhere that might help out.
Yeah.
There's a cult for every element in my game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The fire cult wants to burn everything. The water cult wants to sit here and put it all underwater. Yes, so. Is there anything specific you guys are going to want to do while resting in your rooms? They do get Thomas a room as well. It's fairly well set up. Kind of looks like an extra guest room that they would give help of someone. They have a lot of people kind of visiting, so it's one of those, they kind of gave you what room they could find. It's like, this isn't a servant's quarters, so...
I promise. I don't think there's anything that Thomas really thinks of doing aside from conking the fuck out. Because this has been, I mean, it's his first day isekai. You know what I mean? It's tough.
Well, is it really isekai? You walked in the portal with Granny Raven.
Okay, I wasn't forced into another world.
Yeah, you weren't hit by a truck or thrown off a roof. You literally just walked through.
Yeah.
Cross that threshold.
I think isekai is more of a, there was no choice, it just happened.
Oh, look, a van.
Oh, look, a piano. Guess I'm going to the Looney Tunes dimension. Ding. But yes. So you're going to rest.
Stella is going to be staying up a little later and thinking about what she had seen in Mikhail's library earlier that day. The
Ah,
image of her father.
yeah.
Yeah.
And his little message to anyone to come. Yeah.
She's holding her rifle. She's taking out the little vial inside and looking at it and just, what? Dad, what were you into?
He leans over top of Stella, about as much trouble as I am into usually.
Yeah.
You said your middle name is Trouble, right? He teases.
I mean, I can't argue.
Yeah, Victor is going to sit up in his space and write down absolutely everything he can recall, including that creature, the elemental encounter, the resolution of it.
Okay.
And go ahead.
I was gonna say anything else, but then you started going on with Dan, so I was like, okay, he's just gonna go with it. So I mean, go.
So he's going to make sure he's written everything down, and he's going to write down an exact copy, word for word, about that elemental. And he's going to stick his head out looking for an attendant or somebody that can get this information to Makael.
So you're looking for an attendant or somebody who get it. Okay. I need you to it probably would be wisdom. Because the problem is you're not familiar with the Fey courts, let alone this one. You've only been here a very little amount. So
Dirty 20.
okay. Dirty 20 with wisdom.
Yep.
Yeah, you do find. You see a couple of people, including one that obviously is pretending to be an attendant for some reason, but isn't one. But you do find an attendant that seems to be wandering the halls and is like, and looks up at you and is like, "Can I help you?"
I have something that we need to make sure it gets to Makael. It's about an encounter that I have had. And it's information he may appreciate.
I don't know how I can get it to Makael, but I can get it to the lamp bringer, and he can get it to him.
That would be good.
Excellent. I will track down where the lamp bringer is, and I will bring this to him.
Thank you.
And you see the little creature start skittering off with the little pitter-patter of his feet. He honestly looks like a gnome of sorts.
And so, after that, he's going to lay down and rest. Eventually drifting off to sleep. Just trying to figure out, not really forcing himself to really go down these paths of thought, but the thought of the ferryman kind of goes through his mind, and wanting to see that through.
Yeah.
and he will just drift off.
You mentioned the ferryman. What of the ferryman? Good. So now I get to start messing with people. But since you mentioned it so openly, I'm going to sit here and start with you. You find yourself on that dock again, but instead of the fog or whatnot, you see the ferryman sitting at the end of the dock, his feet in the water, his boat tied up to the edge. He's just kind of kicking them around a little before he calls out to you, his voice almost like a whisper on the wind. So, seems Julian has evaded his death for now.
Yes.
Interesting. But I don't think that that's going to happen for too long. He's impatient, he's untempered. Unless this other entity keeps him on a short chain, I think you guys might find him facing you sooner rather than later.
That other entity is a Belmont.
You know, that's one we've been looking to collect for a very long time. So, I presume you are interested in taking care of these issues.
Yes.
So then my thing would be, do I offer you a gift of power as part of our contract? Do I offer you as part of our contract?
What did you offer my grandfather?
His was very interesting. He got to borrow my power temporarily from time to time, as long as he continued doing the contracts. The problem is, the mortal form can only hold such power for a certain amount of time. So, is that what you're looking for? To mantle my power temporarily?
I'm going to need the strength and the ability to collect these wayward and avoidant souls as part of this deal. And that may be the best way for me to do it.
Then
This is kind of new to me, so I will defer to your wisdom.
I guess the final thing would be to choose a trinket, if that's the case, where you want to mantle me.
Okay.
So what kind of trinket should shall we use to bind this deal?
I have a ring. It has some gems in it. And that may be the activation method.
Rings are somewhat doable, but
What do you normally use?
usually I use things pertaining to a boat or whatnot, but you're constantly traveling.
Yes.
You see him slowly reach into his sleeve, and he pulls out a small bell. And he hands it to you.
Yeah. And I will reach out and I will take it.
On ordinary appearance of this bell, it looks like it's just a broken little handbell that has nothing inside of it to ring.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of examine it, see what I can feel on it.
Yeah, when you examine it, it just seems like a broken bell of sorts. Do you try like ringing it?
I sit there and examine it for a moment, and I flip it up in the air, catch it, and ring it once.
When you do flick it, you do hear it ring. You see, it's designed so it won't go off randomly. Your intent must be to carry my mantle for a moment. If your intent is not there, the bell does not work. This way, nobody can pick it up and just use it. Just you, and only when you intend.
Okay.
I've had bad experiences with not putting these clauses on.
You imagine.
I mean, you be a ferryman for thousands of years, and you find some people who are very keen on breaking the rules.
Yeah, I've seen enough to learn when there's a warning about a magical item.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes, I once had somebody who I gave a similar trinket to that wasn't broken, and it got stolen, and somebody figured out how to use it and started exploiting it. So, actually, one of your bloodline had to track that one down. That was actually a fun one. The person was trying to use my powers to avoid death. Irony, when the person who's supposed to sit here and take you to the other world is the one that you're trying to use to stop you from going to the other world.
Yeah. You can't run from it if you're not gifted immortality.
Well, even immortality isn't certain. There are ways to get rid of it. Why do you think I don't care what the entity is? Have you ever seen an elder god lose their immortality? Oh. It's so hilarious. Sometimes they start screeching in tongues. But you do need to rest the rest of the way. I have things to look over. I await for when you and your friends do come to see the secrets on the island.
I cannot wait for that either. I'm eager.
And your dream slowly.
As we get to the end of that conversation, Victor will cross his arms in front of him, hand to shoulder, bell still in his right hand, and he'll kind of give a salute as it all just fades out, the fog kind of rolling in for Victor, and he comes back out.
Okay. Now, Stella. Poor Stella.
Hmm.
As you're sleeping, you find yourself back in this cloud city with those monotone buildings. At that strange, inky dragon creatures. Den? Lair? Library? Whatever he wants to call it. But this time, there's not just the man with the mask. There's somebody familiar there. Clown with a flaming head. And he turns back with the other and he's like, well, I thought that you were kidding. I told you. She seems to be somehow breaking through. But she hasn't made a deal with any of us. Do you think it's getting sentience? If it is, we need to take it. Well, you say need, I say perhaps let it be. What's the worst that could happen? Another one of us? That's exactly the worst that could happen. Stella gonna say anything?
You again.
Well, we can't exactly make the decision for her. You can sit here and try to say that you are in charge of everything and that you make all the decisions, but remember, the mortal is the one who has control over it all. So what say you, mortal? Do you want to make a deal with a god of justice? Or do you want to see where this plays out to?
Which mortal is he talking to?
Talking to Stella.
Okay.
He looks at the clown, says, hey, I thought I told you to fuck off.
You're not there.
No, I know. I'm just like, wow, strong response.
Yeah. But
That was Nick's vocalizing, not Thomas.
Yeah. I was giggling over on my side too.
Okay. The clown's just like, you wound me. I'm here defending you, sitting here and saying maybe we should let you keep the power and not force you into a contract with one of us. But no, you are telling me to go fuck myself and fuck off? This is why I like you. Oh, you guys can't hear it, but I can hear Axel cackling in the other room.
And I look at the other one, and who are you?
I am order, I am law, I am justice. This freak is chaos, he's vengeance. He sees himself as justice, but he is not of the law.
So we've had the misfortune of crossing paths before. I don't trust him.
I would say that's a good assessment. Hey, it's not that bad. I just want a little bit of entertainment in this world. Everything's so boring. Tone. So bland. Have you even tried the cuisine here? It's horrible. I wouldn't bother. They wouldn't know good food even if they sat here and had it cooked in front of them. So, would you be looking to make a deal with one of us? The gods of justice? Or are you going to be a potential issue? I told you, you shouldn't be trying to push contracts on mortals. Really, these beings of law really don't seem to understand consent sometimes, despite the fact that they write it into so many of their laws.
No, Dad warned me about this.
Your father warned you. How did he get a message to you when he's dead? Oh, no. I'm less worried about the factor of how and more of, your father warned you. Now I feel a little bit wounded. 2 generations telling me to fuck off, and one of them sitting here and warning the other one? This isn't fair. This is your doing, isn't it? No, I have nothing to do with this, otherwise there would be no message to pass along. That breaks every one of our agreements. Yes, and I know you're constantly looking for a way to sit here and circumvent it to make sure that I don't get any say in the matter anymore either. So, darling, what do we say? No contract? You continue to sit here and sit around with the power, continue to accumulate it, learn how to use it. If I'm not going to get a contract, I sure as hell hope that he's not going to get a contract. Worst comes to worst, you become as powerful as either of us, and quite honestly, I'd rather that. Gives a little bit of chaos, a little bit of fun.
Nothing fun about it. I didn't catch the
I would see what they have to offer.
I look
and with maintaining your own position of you're not taking an offer, but you want to know what they have to offer.
so I don't have any reason to trust either of you.
See?
Especially don't trust the clown.
Well, you can trust me to sit here and say that it would be much more fun if you didn't make a deal with either of us and that you just sat here and used the power yourself. You can trust that part. But yes, the rest of not trusting either one of us is probably the best. Are you trying to influence her? Any attempt at a deal is an attempt at a deal, and influencing her to sit here and make her own decisions is not against the rules.
And I look over to the draconic one. Say, if I make a deal with you, I need to know that I can trust you.
The draconic one?
Yeah.
Wait, because there's two humanoids, one a clown, one is a man with a metal mask. You're talking to the draconian in the back?
The one. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kind of I'm a little bit lost here.
We have
not the clown, the other one.
We have a god that is the god of justice, which should be the person in the mask. And then the clown is a chaos
god of justice.
Yeah,
Or
the
chaos
clown
being
is
in-
chaos and vengeance, and technically the dragon hasn't introduced themselves at all. They just seem to be handling the paperwork.
Once again, NPC that the DM has mentioned in the background of things, in between sessions. I think I know who that is.
That's the thing, is I never told you of a named one. This is just their profession. This is what these dragon people do. Is they're known for contracts.
Yeah. And then
Out of character, to give you some general, like, tangibility and thought process to it, I have a feeling this is tied to your backstory in multiple different ways. So stuff like how your character's dad died might play into this.
yeah.
Another thing you could ask is, did your dad have any deals with either of them? Just give you an out of character type of thought process to think of. Not trying to play your character for you, but giving you potential thoughts.
Well, that's the
You
thing.
can ask questions and clarifiers. You
Yeah.
don't have to make a choice with no information.
Yeah, you can ask them questions. You could technically even ask the technically notary behind them.
What dealings have you had with my father?
You see them both kind of look at each other and then look at you a second. Our dealings were brief. Yes, he told both of us to go shove it.
Hmm. Yes.
This might be a good time to remind us what because they were talking about a being, I'm assuming is the thing in the gun. Might be a good time to remind us or Lena, like, what's going on with that.
The power is kind of accumulating. It's growing because of the growing generations and the more people that have made deals with this kind of community / hive mind power that usually is channeled through a god of justice of sorts. Whether it's vengeance, justice, or any of the other faces of it.
So you keep talking about this growing power.
Yes.
What exactly is it?
Well, you're not supposed to speak about it. Well, that's the thing is, how can they make an educated choice if we're not allowed to tell them what it is? Because depending on how you word things, depends on if they might find it beneficial to have somebody helping them or not. Which could be in violation of our agreements. But they did ask us a question. So should we just sit here and point them to somebody who can give them the answers without this bias issue? You're constantly trying to find ways to circumvent everything as well, and it's getting tiresome, clown. Oh, says the judge. Always so snooty, always about the law and the letter of the law. What about the nature of the law? How about this, honey? If you need a little bit better answers than what I'm allowed to give you, because of Mr. Hoity-Toity over there, I'm sure our dragon friend can give you a little bit more information.
I look back to that dragon and say, what's your part in all this?
Usually contracts, notarizing them, duplicates, making sure that every party has a copy of the contract, making sure that they're also listed and categorized in proper format. So, having to know everything about a contract and putting it into writing is kind of necessary.
Well, anything you can clarify for me? What they're talking about here?
As for the power, the power itself was started as a group of lawmen, bounty hunters, and people who were seeking justice outside of the law if the law had failed. Said community started off with just patrons and individuals working together, and most of said community may or may not have lost most of their trinkets and artifacts. Over time, a family had found them, melted them down, and therefore got all the contracts into one. And currently, it is in your possession. One contract, one group, one community, one sort of tribunal, so to speak.
Essentially a patron of vigilantism. Justice outside of the rules.
Sort of. Some of them
What
were
happens if
also
I don't
lawmen.
make any deals?
If you don't make any deals, and if the community and hive mind is strong enough and you learn how to use it, don't know. We haven't actually had anything like that on record. It would be something new, something different. By making a contract, it creates a easier way for you to use said power, but in all honesty, they always word something in to where they get to use the power as well. So they siphon it off of it. Hey, I don't siphon! They siphon it off of it, and they tend to grow their own power. I think the only other community power I have heard of previously was the Skalds. But the problem of their power is the same reason why we don't know anyone who was a powerful Skald. Because only the most powerful ones learned how to use the Order's kind of power, which is said to remove them and their enemy from existence and history if used properly. So you have in your possession a power that could be very helpful, whether in a mortal's hands or not.
Hmm. No, that's good to know. I don't think I will be making any such agreements today.
Well, you've only met two of the people trying to go for contracts with it anyways, so I would advise sitting here and learning what you can, making a educated sort of choice instead of what these two probably want, which is a quick choice so that they can hopefully be the only ones to influence you.
Uh, I it is yeah.
Okay.
It's been interesting speaking to all of you.
Since you didn't come here in a portal or whatnot, I'm going to presume you're still dreaming. Which, a little hint at most of these dream worlds and that. If you're manifesting in a dream, sometimes if you just return from whence you came, like out the door you came in, you sometimes just go back to normal sleep. It helps to know that sometimes that's the rules of these things. This one specifically, I would presume, is very similar to that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk out.
You have a good day, or sleep. Mortals are weird.
Yep.
And you go to rest. Ah, there's two people I could mess with now.
That there sure is.
I'm willing to volunteer.
Mm. So, your brain is still dealing with everything. And
Oh,
you've
yeah.
recently made a deal with Granny Raven.
That's true. That's very true.
But there is also the book.
Jeremy. Yeah, he's my friend.
Yes. And as you're sleeping, you find yourself in a sort of dark-ish room. There's jazz playing in the background, and it seems fairly relaxed, the atmosphere is. And as you enter through the curtain, you see a small little creature. Not unlike a goblin of sorts. And he just turns around to look at you, and he's like, "Oh, you're here. Hello?
Where is here exactly?
Well, I haven't had a person besides the hag bound to me for a very long time, so, you're in the pages.
Are you Jeremy?
I would be the one that you would call Jeremy. Yes.
Oh, are you telling me that your name isn't Jeremy and that I've accidentally just been calling you something that isn't your name for a long time?
I don't really have a name that I can remember, so.
Cool.
Jeremy
Glad to
works.
have provided you a moniker.
Yeah, the hag hasn't really dealt with me for a while either, so I've kind of been in here by myself.
Her loss, old man. Glad to be your friend. And he sticks out a hand.
Old man.
Oh, sorry, it's an expression. Just meaning, like old boy, like, like-
He
like we're
kind of
close.
shakes
Yeah.
your hand a bit and is like, interesting. How is it out there? I haven't been out. Have I been out there though? That's the question.
Hectic.
It's
Tell you that
very-
it's hectic. Well, it's my first day learning of the existence of magic. And in that time, I've traveled to the Fey realm, the Mirror realm. I've used the powers that you bequeathed unto me to fire a giant beam out of my gun at a creature born entirely of light that was thought to only be mythos until we discovered it. It's sort of like an elemental of pure life energy, and I killed, well, I didn't kill it myself, but I did shoot the fuck out of it, which is pretty nice. I learned that my other world, my mirror version of myself, had a much happier existence and upbringing than myself. And I did throw up in a bucket, which I then used on the elemental of life energy. I drank myself into a stupor, which is not uncommon for, a traumatic day, I suppose. I used to be a policeman. And now I'm talking to a spirit in a book in my dreams. So pretty standard first day with magic, I think.
Spirit in a book. That's something I still don't know if I am or not.
Okay. Oh, so
Um,
let me amend my statement then. Talking to a being bound to a tome that has bequeathed unto me some magical powers. The specific moniker of that being's origin, I suppose, is still up in the air. Is that
Yes.
accurate?
That seems to be accurate because I don't. As I said, I don't have much memory left. There's so much
so
in here, and if
So
there
many
is my
pages filled.
memory in here, it's somewhere in here, somewhere.
Okay. I mean, do you want me to read and look for it when I'm awake?
I
See if I can find it.
don't know if you'll find it. There's also the problem of if you're in here, then it
Yes.
might know you're here.
Okay. See, I thought, and see, this is just me, my inexperience with the magical arts. I thought that you were the denizen of the book, yielding unto me the power to shoot crazy lightning bolts and shit out of my gun.
I am.
Are you telling me? Okay, but this is not a one-room apartment, is what I'm understanding.
Correct, but it's also not an apartment. It's an apartment like a tavern with many rooms. Well, imagine if
So
those
like an inn.
taverns are also connected not to a city, but to other taverns with more rooms. And sometimes those places aren't really taverns, but libraries.
So more like a train station.
I think. What's a
So
train
more
station?
like a city.
What's a train? Less of a city.
Yeah, right.
A city has more.
City has more streets, but this place has winding mazes and roads that lead to each individual alcove.
Leading to other
Is that it?
books,
Right. Okay.
in which
Okay.
its
So what if
symbol
every
is in.
book was connected by a string, type of thing, and then I could walk amongst those strings to the different books in the library.
Yes, but there's an entity that has embedded itself within certain spells.
Man, the
Okay,
DM just
okay.
Absolutely
It's
tossing out things he's mentioned on the side to me.
it's
Okay, no, I hear you.
it's like a
there's
signature.
just a-
It's like a signature when you put. You know when you sit here and you write something very specific, like a poem or whatnot, and you might put like your name in it, or like you draw something.
Oh, yeah.
You sign your name on it.
Yeah, of course.
Think of that with spells. If somebody were to do
Okay,
that,
so when
and
I
find a
when
way
I cast
to
the spell, I invoke the name, sort of thing.
on accident sometimes, but the reason for that is because certain spells that have that in it were used as a way to extend a creature's life beyond its death, therefore giving it access to all the knowledge in every tome that has its signature in it.
Okay, I was with you, and then I was trying to wrap my head around the eternal life thing, and then you just like kind of went like straight. You know how sometimes a conversation topic jumps a couple of rungs too far up a ladder?
Yes, and then it seems like you're suddenly in a boiling pot for some reason. Be it you started on the ground, but
Yeah,
you're in a
yeah.
boiling pot. I understand.
I'm sweating right now, and I feel like the frog getting the water temperature turned up on him a little too fast. You know what I mean? So
I
let's
understand.
drag it back just a little bit. So there's a being in here who's extending the period of his own life with magic spells that he created himself. Is that right?
Yes, and that he's hid his own signature within. And I don't know if he knows that you're here yet or not. And if he does,
and that's in the library, not in this tome specifically. Well, at least you don't know. You don't know if he's in this tome, but he's in the library.
Treat each tome kind of like it's its own place, its own building. But each building is like a book in a bigger library, and this thing's got access to every one of them.
Okay, I can get behind that. That's really scary. It's sort of like we're in a never-ending panopticon where we can never actually see outside the walls of our own cells. I understand. Okay.
Panopticon. You people in these
Yeah,
times
it's like a
must
type
have
of jail.
some. You people in these times
It's like a type of
have
jail.
some great weird things.
So like imagine a jail, right?
Yes.
And then like all the cells are on the out, like it's a big circle. It's like a big donut. You know what a donut is? You have donuts here. Okay, so imagine a circle, and on the outside of the circle, on the outer edges of the circle, you've got all the cells for your prisoners, and then on the inside of the circle, you've got a big old tower.
Okay.
You got a big old tower, and that tower is where the god sits, and he can see into every single cell all at once, but all the windows are sort of blacked out, in such a way that you can only see out of the tower, not into the tower. And so all the prisoners have to sit in their cells alone with no partners or you know, cellmates, and all they can look at pretty much is the security tower, and they never know if they're being looked at. So escape is never a certainty. That's what a panopticon is. Sort of like a psychological, you know, it's sort of like a torture method, but it's also a jail. You know what I mean? Because you never know whether or not you're being looked at.
You know, until you described this, I never really thought about if he's actually able to look in here or if he just senses things that come in.
So you don't know whether or not it's a panopticon.
And that just frightens me 10 times more. What has he seen me do?
I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize. Wait. Hold on. See,
what has he seen me do? What does he know?
I assumed, because, you know, I'm still learning all the magic stuff. I assumed this was more like a dreamlike situation where, like, I come in here and I
Does he know about the wine and everything with Granny?
Wait. Hold on now. You're telling me you slept with my granny? Is that what you're telling me right now, Mr. Imp?
Wait. Who said anything about sleeping?
Well, you said wine and then you said granny and you're scared it got seen. I'm just wondering if did you sleep with granny?
There was no sleeping to be had.
Okay, then what was to be had?
There was a lot to be had.
Okay, see, you understand you're not making this any better or any worse for me. You're just making it more confusing.
Do you think I get to sleep in here?
I don't know. I thought this was a dream in and of itself, so I assume sleep was kind of a given.
But if you're stuck in here and you're stuck in a dream, do you ever get to dream inside the dream?
I've never seen a movie or any sort of production.
What is a movie?
That would indicate all of these beautiful things. We have them in the human realm. It's sort of a new introduction. Okay, so imagine you know what a painting is, right? You got paintings and pictures.
Yes.
You know a picture? You know a picture?
It predates movies.
No. Hold on. I can sell this because this is 1920s. What sort of 1920s? And I believe the first ever film was made in the 1920s, if I'm correct. It was made around the same time as the First World War, and that's when we got the first train movie. The moving train thing. Am I wrong there? Hold on. Is my world?
Oh no, you're right. First movies were technically 1870s.
There you go. But like the first widely shared. Anyway, so imagine like a picture.
No Blu-rays yet.
Moves. No Blu-rays yet. Imagine a picture, but the picture moves. But it's not because the picture moves. It's because we've taken a lot of pictures kind of like really quickly. And so you could put them all in a thing and it flips through all the pictures really quickly. And so it gives the illusion that something is moving on the screen. Okay, so you got that idea, right? That's pretty easy.
So like
a lot of pictures.
Like a flip book, like a
picture
flip
but
book,
of pictures, and so it shows like real life. Okay, so so you got the basic concept down already, and we're already we're moving, shaking. Imagine that, but at the same time we start playing like music or something underneath it, and all that music is made specifically for your flip book, and that music.
Wait. So you have bards in there? You have bards while these pictures are being flipped in front of these.
It can, I mean, pretty much. Like a lot of the time you just got like people down there playing music. It's the 1920s, we don't have recorded sound yet. Do we have recorded sound in the 1920s? Yeah. Do we have music? Do we have recorded music? I mean, so do you know a record player?
I do not know what. The last time I heard music, it had to be performed by people.
Yeah, no, it still does. But but like we also, in the same way that we got a way to take your picture, we do have a way to record some sounds. And it's kind of shit. It doesn't sound as good as the real thing. Let me tell you right now. But it's good if you don't got the money to go to a club. Anyway, so imagine you take the sound from like people playing music, and then you put that with the flip book. And then also the flip book ends up being like 10 minutes long. And then you can change what pictures are being put up on the being shown to the audience at any given time. And so you get to make like a story out of it. And it's pretty good. And I liked it. I forgot how we got on this topic. I really like, this is one movie that I saw, and like it's a moving picture, so we call it a movie. You know what I mean? There's one picture I saw, and it was basically this woman, and she was at a train station. You don't have trains, you don't have stations. She was basically at this place where there's a vehicle that takes you from place to place on a
What's a
destined
vehicle?
track. You have like a carriage, like a carriage.
Okay, I'm
Like a
following. I'm
Okay.
following.
Okay. So imagine like a big long carriage, except
Yes.
it's made of metal, and we found a way to make it move on its own. And that's a whole big production. You're never gonna get the science out of that from me or the magic out of that. Well, it's science, yeah, because we don't do magic in my place. I mean, it's like a whole big thing. It's like a whole big thing, and it moves on its own. It's pretty crazy, and it carries like a bunch of people all at once. But the only way that it does that is it's on this track, and the track makes sure it can only move in one the places where we got the tracks. Anyway, there's a movie about this train, and there's a lady standing right there by the train, and the train goes really fast, and it like knocks her fucking hat off, and she's like she's scared like by this new scientific invention that we've come up with, and she's terrified, but she's also in awe, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful expression of human emotion, and yeah.
The world sure has gotten strange.
It gets stranger every day, my friend. It gets stranger every day. Anyway, so this otherworldly being that lives in the Panopticon, what are we gonna do about that?
Hope it doesn't know you're here. I don't know what it
why
would do
am
to
I
you.
here? Why am I here?
I don't know.
I drank about a fourth of moonshine, passed out in my bed. Now I'm here.
And from the sounds of it, you've had a very traumatizing day.
Ooh, it was pretty bad. Hold on, I'm gonna pull out another beer. Hold on. I'm gonna crack open this beer for you. All right, now we can get to talking. Yeah, it's been pretty bad. Anytime I gotta talk about the trauma, though, I'm gonna pull out another beer.
So you're here. You've had a very bad day, and you've just.
Well, I wouldn't say a bad day. I will amend. I will amend your statement. Not a bad day, but a very scary day.
And you're here.
Yes.
And in fact, I will be quite honest, some of this decor I don't understand. So I believe that probably comes from the binding of you and me.
You got a real swanky place here, I gotta say, Jeremy. Yeah,
Honestly, this place used to be a tavern.
It still kind of has the trappings of one, but more like a modern sort of, speakeasy, I guess. Is that a piano you got there?
It appears to be. I haven't gotten to play one of these.
Let me show you a thing or two. And I'm gonna try to roll performance. I don't think I'm very good at it. I'm pretty bad. Let me see. Perform.
I would like to give him a boon.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I'll take a bird. There's a percussion instruments, or keyboard instruments would be more.
Yeah.
Directly related. Okay. So it would be modifiers, charisma, I believe, skills, perform, and then sub skill would be keyboard instruments. I'm going to roll the dice. Give me just a moment. It's rolling. And this is a feat of science. 16. And then I get a boon from Axe.
Yeah, which is just an extra.
Which means if you, the top one, if you switch it from normal to advantage, it will change that. It'll automatically
You basically
calculate it.
can only roll higher than 16.
21.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah. So that's what that top one does, is it just changes if it's normal, disadvantage, or advantage for that roll.
Got it.
I
Okay.
did so much work on trying to code that between the coding inside the sheet and the coding behind the scenes, like you do not even know. I had to be shown magic from other people who do magic in these sheets, and then I had to combine it with the magic that I knew to make further magic.
You can have magic on the streets as well.
I magic on the streets and in the sheets And those sheets aren't just in these sheets. They're the sheets all over the place. There are all kinds of sheets. Paper, digital, the sheets on my bed. I don't care. Sheets.
He's doing magic. Well, I'm very proud of you for the man. I mean, it works well. The damn magic, it works very well.
Yeah.
Does a 21 get me anywhere?
Yeah, you
playing-
play
and hold
really
on.
well.
I'm gonna come out and just say that I think Thomas's favorite sort of music is a form of jazz, but I think I'm playing. Thomas is a real swank gentleman, or at the very least, he likes to think of himself as a real swank gentleman, despite being kind of disheveled and dirty himself. So
I mean,
think
with
the
everything
music
he's been
played-
through before this, and then
yeah,
his backstory, it makes sense.
yeah, no, I think so too. So he sits next to this grimy little goblin fuck, and I just start playing. I mean, it would fit in like a tearjerker from the Rat Pack. You know what I mean? It's something like slow, but sort of has that vibe. Yeah, it's pretty good. Thank you, Stella. I appreciate that.
Well, you seem to lose track of the time as you're doing this, and it seems almost like it slowly fades away. Kind of like all of what you've gone through over the day has also gone away as well. Almost like this is now a sort of safe haven and speakeasy for you from...
Yeah, no, 100%.
And with that, we will now turn our eye to Axe's dreams.
I feel like you're gonna give me nightmares. What are you talking about?
Oh, nightmares! Oh, heavens, no!
Oh, I wish you were watching the video I was watching earlier today. They're doing an introduction and everyone says hello and stuff, and they start cheering in the background. One of the guys in the background just goes, "Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare!"
Well, speaking of dark castles and foreboding areas that are dark demi-planes, you find yourself looking around in what looks to be a hall that now is starting to seem familiar.
So where's the nearest door out of here?
There are several doors. In fact, from what you know, just by looking at how this room is set up, there are stairs downstairs to a big door outside. There's a door to the library to the right. If you continue going forward, there's the practice area. This seems to be a copy of the Belmont place, but older.
My only question, and my first immediate question is it mirrored?
No. It seems to be older. Shadows seem to be kind of oozing from everywhere. The shadows themselves seem less like an effective light and more like just existence here.
But assume that there is no possibility of me leaving immediately, so I am going to still attempt that and go outside.
You go outside and you see where the actual boundary fence was to the property, and it looks shorter, older, hand built. It looks like what it was described and drawn as in older pictures of the Belmont estate. Anything beyond the gateway seems to be just pure darkness. Like there's no path or anything beyond it. Like there's nothing to see. The workshop that your brothers had, that's just stable. There's not as many anything in there. It seems honestly like there's just one stall with a great amount of shadows in it. Everything else seems just kind of empty.
I will. Where would be another place to go? Is there any place calling to me in here? Because my next idea is to go to the library. But is there any specific feeling that I should go in one area or avoid an area? Because I'm getting a general sense of I don't want to fuck around in here. In fact, assuming that I'm in dreamland, I want out, but I probably don't realize I'm dreaming yet.
Honestly, you know you fell asleep, but this feels like you're there. The only other thing you can really seem to tell is the gate on the fence seems to actually look very similar to a gate that you were supposed to go through when you were younger.
Yeah.
Beyond that, there seems to be a very, very disturbing lack of plant life everywhere. Like it seems barren. Not like the plants died or withered, just like the plants never existed here. As for places that are calling you, no. There seems to be nothing calling to you here. If anything, it seems more like you're accidentally here. You're not supposed to be here for some reason.
Yeah, that's the other thing is I don't want to be... I don't want to be here. I might accidentally be here, but I definitively do not want to accidentally be here either. Purely in the fact of I don't want to draw any attention back, somehow creating an opening.
Yeah. So,
I want to go to the library.
okay. You go to the library, and it seems like some of the newer things are not there. In fact, it seems to mostly just be some of the tomes that you have seen that the family has had for generations. And the forbidden section, including the things that are all locked up, are just out in the open. Like they weren't locked up or whatnot. Some of them that are more newer ones and whatnot are not there, but it seems like some of the really old forbidden tomes are there, unlocked, or at least a copy of them are.
I want to read through them, but I know that sitting here and taking my focus off of things here is probably not going to be a good idea. I'm not safe to do so. If I was an egotistical maniac living in my childhood home, where would I be?
So what,
I'd go
you're
to-
trying to find
I want a way out. Asnoth does not want to be here. He does not want to meet anyone here. He doesn't want to even be noticed. He wants to leave without a trace.
Okay.
There ain't nothing here for him. If this happens to be the somehow he ended up in the area of the first Belmont, it is a place that he does not want to be in.
So
because there's no deals to be had with this man. He doesn't want anything to do with him, period.
well, I would like you to make a
Bane
magic
roll.
check
Yeah,
at
this happens to be
disadvantage.
baned. Yeah. Just gonna roll on the computer. Roll a d10. Total would be 6 plus anything that I have. Magic, you said?
Yep. So that'd be a +5, so that's 11. Okay. Okay. So, you're trying to find a way out. Are you going to, what? Do you want to try to force yourself out of this part of the stream?
No, I'm trying to figure out how I even got in here to begin with, and I just want to leave because I also don't want to go through the doorway, assuming I might be able to be the only one who can open that.
Oh gosh darn.
It's like I'm not dumb. I don't want to open any doors and welcome a being back in. I just want to get back out however the fuck I got in here. And if that's phasing into reality, then that means I need to phase back out.
So how are you going to do that? Vibrate your molecules super fast?
Do I die? If I die in my dream, do I die in real life?
You never know in these worlds.
Yeah. Let's see. Because there is nothing that I could gain from here aside from encountering him.
Oh, you never know. You don't know if this is his realm, if this is a memory of the past. You don't know what this is yet.
I am going to go to my father and mother's room because I don't think there is a way of me escaping this without accidentally letting something out. So I'm very careful on where I'm headed and what I'm doing.
So you head to the main bedroom.
Alternatively, I could go to the graveyard and see if I could find the way gate out. But I have a feeling that might be a bad idea. That's why I haven't done that yet.
So you're going to go to your
Main bedroom.
To the main bedroom. Okay.
Yeah, and I would like to probably sneak.
Well, so you sneak to the main bedroom, and you see a fireplace. And you see the fireplace is lit. And you see one chair with a glass of wine, a bottle next to it. And right next to it, seeming to be facing kind of at a 45-degree angle, is another chair on the other side of the little table. The chair that's facing completely away from the door seems to have emotion from it as a large black hand slowly signals you to come in. Come on in, young one. Fascinating that you would be here, even in this state.
Where do I happen to be?
You're at the door.
No, I know. I'm talking to him specifically. I'm curious on exactly who this is, because it could be someone else who I'm not thinking it is.
Where are you? My prison? Place I had to hide because of my poorly calculated attempt at immortality.
He'll settle into the chair.
As you approach, you see that same vampiric lich kind of being sitting there, just staring at the fire. The flames not having a red tint, but rather a bluish tint, and there seems to be a lack of warmth. Seems more like it's colder near the fire.
I have no issues with tracks for immortality or otherwise. I understand why someone would be seeking them out. But some of the things so far that I've seen done to my family members, I'm not a fan of.
Yes.
So, why? Why are you doing what you're doing?
Well, I acquire life essence to keep on going. Kind of the problem of lichdom. Also something that I can't quite get off of you and the state that you're in here. But also the Fae was quite filling. That'll keep me going for a little while. Even with letting out that belch. As for why I'm doing what I do, your family's been trying to kill me since my son, so stopped kind of treating you guys as my family when you guys kind of locked me in here and kept on trying to kill me every so many generations. Wasn't so fun.
Not a fan of it either.
Yeah. I'm presuming you are indeed the child Calder. The one that they said, didn't show up to kill me. It's interesting.
Suffice to say, my father is very bullheaded.
Oh yes, I know.
So is my uncle, apparently, from what you've said.
Yes.
The thing is, I have nothing directly against you except for the attack that my family had upon you for no apparent reason. While yes, I am a Belmont, and my history, precedes me, I've done nothing directly towards you.
It's probably because if I don't get to feed regularly, you guys will slowly die anyways.
The Belmonts are dying off, as is.
That's not
saying
good
that
news
it's
for me.
Synergistic?
No, I'm saying
method?
as in technically it's more parasitic. My curse would steal you guys' vitality slowly if I don't continue to feed from something. Problem is, if I continue to live and flourish, I require more and more food and stronger food sources. That's why I kind of stay here, so I don't push that boundary. One of the only mercies I've really been able to give you all. But if something is killing you guys, and it's not me, what is it?
Do I tell him? Here's the question I have of you're draining off of just bear with me. I'm not trying to ignore you, but I want to understand situation before I give an answer because it almost sounds like you want us to live so you can keep living yourself. Am I understanding that right?
Yes. In fact, when a perfect vessel is found, perhaps I can leave this decaying one and live once more.
What is your intent as is? I'm a little bit different than the rest of my family to begin with because, well, I've hung out with vampires. I've gone to the Feywild. I've been places, done things.
Hung out with vampires, it smells like you've been canoodling with one.
I've dabbled.
Dabbling, they call it nowadays. I see.
I'm asking because what's your intent? Lichdom doesn't necessarily innately mean evil, just a thirst.
Really, it was just immortality and power I was after. Sadly, when you use necromancy to try to find that answer, you kinda come up with a short straw. Problem is, to try to perfect it through a restoration method is far more complicated. It requires a much more powerful source than what I was able to.
As to answer your question, to not be rude, Wild Dog. Systematically hunting every single Belmont down.
Interesting. There's one strong enough to do that. That's something that must have happened when I was locked in here.
Interdimensionally strong. It
Oh.
is the only one. It is the Wild Dog. I know it's been named. I can't remember what the name was.
Several
I
names have been
highly
given to
doubt.
you.
Yeah, and this I don't remember what its name was.
Because technically it has its name, and then it has technically its human disguise name, so to speak. So, yeah, he's like, that must have happened after I was locked in here.
My situation, I don't want my family to die out.
Well, in a way, with what I did, it stopped other things from happening anyway, so changing our name and doing all this was part of my way to try to stop a curse from earlier in our family. Which stopped it for all of you, but kind of caused my own curse on you all. Kind of a ironic side effect. Especially for trying to make a loophole not to sit here and die from taking the curse. Now, main problem I have is you are somehow here, mentally manifesting.
I'll at least reveal to you on that side of things. I'd rather not be here.
Oh no,
To say
I know
simply,
that.
I don't want to start anything with you. I don't want to cause any problems, and I'd rather just not disturb you.
Honestly, with how polite you've been compared to the rest of the family, it's actually been quite nice. It's better than when even Fey Lords ring me up and sit here and go, "Oh, do me a favor." It's like, geez, everyone's always so rude. They're like, oh look, a super powerful undead creature. Let's sit here and treat them like garbage, or sit here and try to appeal to their superiority complex.
I'm the black sheep of the family. Suffice to say, I've already encountered a lich. You're actually not the first. The other one that I've worked with is, well, simply and suffice to say, he's in a mechanical body. So.
Wait, he's still around?
Yes.
Ah. We used to call
Rather
him
nice,
the little.
actually.
We used to call him the little nerd rage. Intelligent little guy, but so angry.
Yeah, he didn't seem too bad.
Oh, he doesn't seem too bad unless you get him on a battlefield. Take a few of those punches to the jaw, and it doesn't matter if you're living or dead. Miss it. Yes, our family has had a bit of a spat with him here and there.
I choose to consider him an ally.
Very good choice.
He's done nothing wrong to me. He's been nothing but kind. You've technically done something negative towards me and gestures towards the side, the whole, Fey Lord thing, but that was between him and us, less so you and us.
Yes.
So I'm not going to hold you accountable for that.
And if anything, the factor that I got to feed from him meant that it bought you guys some time. Which is probably really the real reason why they're trying to kill me, is if they kill me, they don't have to worry about that siphoning issue. And it's slowly sitting here and killing you guys. But at the same time, all I need is a new body. And it just has to be a body that's attuned to all of it.
All of it, as in all of the Draconians?
It's got to be attuned to the sun, the moon, the darkness, the decay. It's got to be attuned to all of it. Basically a body that's 100% compatible with my original body. Problem is, the inhabitant will be consumed in the process.
Yeah. Ideal for anyone, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's the only way I can figure to fix it.
Not an enticing thing, to say the least.
Yes. Which, the problem is trying to find one in our bloodline, because that's the other key problem. One in our bloodline that has all of it active at once. You do realize there's a reason why certain Draconians have been bred out of the family.
Yeah, I can understand why.
Yes, they're trying to keep me locked in here, but at the same time it means I constantly have to feed, which means I constantly... It's just a mess. They're making their own mess, and they're just not letting me sit here and deal with the issue.
No, I understand where you're coming from. The situation of essentially my family is just going die and not really giving you any other choice. But from what I understand, you're a taker of a curse. What is your curse? Why are you essentially being siphoned of energy constantly and...
Oh, basically I had to find...
the Belmonts.
I had to find a way to sit here and break the curse that would kill us by time we were about 50. So what I did is I sat here and hyper-accelerated the curse on myself to make it 30, but I also found a way to sit here and make it to where I wouldn't truly die. But in doing such, it has caused me to have this infinite hunger for life force.
So, curse on the family to die by 50?
Yes,
Like all Belmonts, but except for it's not currently functioning. Or
because
it is, and it's just feeding you.
well, no, it's not functioning because I took it. The current curse on the Belmonts is because that was kind of a side effect of me sidestepping it with, undeath.
Technically, if you wouldn't mind, what is the current curse?
That you guys would slowly lose energy and life and everything and slowly become weaker if I don't feed, and it would feed me. Depending on how many of you there are, it depends on how devastating it would be.
Yeah. But if all of us are gone, then that's a bad thing for you in that case.
Yes, I get to starve here and go theoretically feral and mad. Then if I ever break free from here, well... Have you ever heard of the Elder
also-
Gods?
What about the Elder Gods?
Oh, there are several Elder Gods that were bound shortly before my time that, rumors say some of them may have started similar to me. So...
I know what's going on out of character, but I don't know what's going on in character.
So it
The
may...
GM forgets that I do remember some things.
Oh, yeah. So there may be other entities who have come with similar issues of trying to find immortality, but none with the whole curse beforehand and all that stuff. I was really trying to sidestep the full 50 dying thing and make sure the rest of the family survived.
Yeah.
I also didn't want to, die.
At this point, I don't think you care that much, but...
Care that much about
Why-
what? Not dying? Yeah, I very much like not
No,
dying.
no, I understand. A lich doesn't want to die. I don't want to die. I can understand where you're coming from. Now, why was there a curse on the Belmonts to begin with?
Well, because we may or may not have been a different name and may or may not have caused issues. But in changing our name, it sort of changed a few things for us. Part of the whole trying to circumvent the curses and all that. Let's just say several generations before me, we had several family members who had a prolific profile of lovers. And some of those lovers were very vengeful. And it may or may not be why we are considered troublemakers, rapscallions, and that kind of stuff. Because
Yes, I am unfortunately familiar.
I mean, with the smell of how many women are on you,
That's
I
a
can
weird thing to be
assure
smelling
you,
off
you
of, man.
I can assure you that you probably are very much like our ancestors. Especially since, unlike living people, I can smell the connections you have to people.
Mhm.
So that means any rendezvous you've had with an individual leaves a scent on you. It also means
Yeah,
that
I've had a few.
any side effects of those rendezvous I smell.
wouldn't presume I have any side effects, and I don't think I want to know if I do.
Let's hope those side effects don't want to know about you.
Oh no. Asnoth learning that he does in fact have children. He does not want to know this.
My great grandfather would have been so proud to know that the family has not fallen far from the tree.
Yeah, an occasional bout of magic users, and a curse of all of us dying, so kind of, generally being more adventurous with our promiscuity.
Yeah.
I can see that being the entire general family.
And here to think I only had one child, one partner. And she passed early in his life.
My current would beat me into the ground if I ended up being unfaithful, so...
Which current? You smell like you have a few fresh currants. I don't...
That's the point.
Oh no. You know what? I don't think you have to worry about my curse being the reason why you die. I think you have your own problems.
I'm already on a fast track, trust me.
Ugh.
I did not intend to come here, as you already know. My desire was to leave as soon as I realized where I was.
Oh no, I could tell. I could feel the fear radiating off of you.
It's not necessarily fear, but more of, I don't want to impede and cause any problems. We're tangentially connected regardless. But the less I have to interfere with things, the less you have to hear from me, probably the better.
Yes, but it seems like the fates keep on intertwining us for some reason.
Yeah, it seems to be that way anyways.
Which means that one of these days is probably going to come down to you killing me or me killing you.
Which one of me, apparently? There's more than one.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part. I talk to your other side, your mirror self. To a mirror, you're much more bearable. Your father likes that shithead? Ugh.
Yeah. Either he's dumber in the mirror worlds, or he's dumber in mine.
I really don't understand it. Why can such a hoity-toity, high and pious solar draconian be the pride of the Belmonts compared to somebody who obviously lives up to the legacy?
I know that mine doesn't want me to live up to the legacy, that's for sure, and he wanted me to be a physical fighter. And as you already know, the invasion into your realm to kill you was supposed to be my rite of passage, becoming a man.
Actually, I think they would have chosen something a little bit more
suitable,
normal. Yes.
Rather than.
Did they run out of just regular vampires? Or a werewolf that's just gone rabid or something? Did they run out of the normal things to sit here and deal with?
Obviously, they're still there. I wouldn't have had a rendezvous with one of them.
Well, I'm going to think on this, because
we have some similar measures in mind. I doubt you want to lift a finger to help anything, Belmont. considering our history. But my family is dying, and I really don't want that to happen.
Well,
We at least
do
have
what
that
you
in common.
do what my great grandfather did, and just keep on planting seed. It takes. Just watch
And
out. You
as I
reap
said,
what you sow.
it's definitely a faithful man at this point, so that's not going to happen.
Well, you.
Although an ancestor telling me to fuck as many people as possible is quite hilarious, considering my parents would beat the crap out of me for not being married first.
I don't know what to tell you on that one. I'll be honest, my brother used to swear that draconian women were not as good as other women. He had a penchant for felines.
Weird.
Huh.
Strange that happens to be the vast majority on mine.
Oh, great, you're like my brother. That explains everything.
Maybe a reincarnation.
Oh, don't curse yourself with that. Don't curse yourself with that.
I'm already cursed, trust me.
You have
Every
more
single
brain
thing I do
cells
runs
than my
into a
brother did,
terrible
trust
place.
me.
They get me into trouble, though.
The thing is, they get you into trouble and you can find your way out, right?
So far, it's just been biting me in the ass the whole time.
Yes, but it hasn't killed you yet.
No, but I am running for my life constantly.
That's also a side effect of the Belmont name.
That's why I wasn't using it for a while there.
Ah, smart man, smart man. Well, you try not to get in any trouble, and with the one I smell closest to you right now, might I suggest making sure she doesn't meet any more of these entities after her.
I've only met one so far. Anything else has just been coincidence.
She's going to have
Weird
a bunch.
that I wasn't expecting you to be as cordial as you are, in all complete honesty.
But what am I going to do? Try to kill a mental apparition in my own home and waste the energy on you?
Aside from the situation of, wanting to feed off of any type of latent energy I might have, if I was actually physically visiting you, why would you have any intent on doing anything to me besides the grudge?
Honestly, it depends on if you would have attacked or whatnot. I'm actually
No,
quite content and full. Once I start getting hungry, I start going feral.
That I can understand. That's...
So honestly, it all depends on if you caught me while I was hungry or if you came in here shooting.
No interest in shooting right off the bat.
And the fact that you're literally mental energy, I can't... There's no life force to that.
That's what I mean. But if I was physically here, the only thing that you'd really want to kill me for is the energy or the grudge.
Really, it would just be the energy, and I've already eaten a Fey Lord today, so I mean... It's been a... I'd just be overgorging myself at that point. Did that once. Not fun. You regurgitate your entire meal, and then it just wastes everything.
As for that, if I can leave, I'll leave at the earliest convenience. I don't want to be a burden or overstay my welcome. Not that I was technically welcome to begin with.
Honestly, I think the only way you might be able to do it is by producing light. So it technically create a fissure between here and where you're at, so to speak. Kind of a fissure.
I am luminous.
Yeah. Just
I'm
please
gonna
do not
roll
do it
on
in my
that.
room.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll on that. I really don't want to cause a problem either.
You're gonna roll on it?
Yeah.
What, like
19 total. I would assume magic or arcana. I just want to see, is that legitimately the truth? If I were to do that, is that going to open up a freaking portal for him to come through? I'm just worried of accidentally inviting him back with me.
I will be honest, he doesn't even have a clue. He is just suggesting something that would probably create kind of a blip in everything.
No.
He doesn't even think that, like, for the most part, light energy won't do anything except for maybe hurt things here. So it becomes one of those, I don't know.
Yeah.
He has no idea how to shunt your mental form out of here.
Yep, no worries.
He's not used to this. He's used to undeath, dead, and life.
To be respectful, where would you generally prefer this? Because I would say the courtyard, where it's not going to bother you.
Courtyard could work. Hallway could work. Just anywhere that the light won't exactly reach in here. Though I think you're lunar, it shouldn't hurt me as bad. It's a matter of I don't want to sit here and burn my eyes any.
He gestures. Remember, I'm trying to not cause any reason for any bad blood.
Yeah, and if we go out into the hall and close the door, I should be good.
Works for me. Thank you for your short-term hospitality, and my apologies for invading.
Thank you for not trying to attack. I don't even know if you could in that form or not. If so, that would be cheating.
My only intent and goal, honestly, is to get out of here as quickly as possible to not cause any problems.
Yep.
And with that, he will go ahead and leave. He's gonna go out into the hallway, and I'm gonna try just like a general moonlight strike, but
yeah, Moonlight Strike seems to slightly open kind of to a normalish dream, kind of.
does it actually get me out, or is it just kind of like a little peaksy?
It's a little peaksy because it's very faint, the kind of magic that you just tried to use.
Yeah, I will go ahead and then just drop a moonlight glow on myself then.
Yeah, it that kind of opens a portal and then dissipates with you, so it just fades along with you.
And I'm hoping that didn't do anything negative.
You won't know, not until you contact him again. But yes, now you all sleep very soundly. And we have only a short amount of time before the end of the session.
I feel like I stole half of the entire session there. At least to me, it feels that way. I guess everyone
I
got
felt
their
the
own
same way.
spotlight. So
Yeah, we did. Mhm. Don't even worry about it. I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
It's not like it was a chore to sit here and listen to. I enjoyed the fuck out of that.
Hey, the big bad evil guy's not that big bad and evil after all.
Or he's lying to you to
I
schmooze
as
you.
Nick, still have trouble following some of the shit that gets said here because I opted to come into this campaign with little knowledge because of Thomas's character. So for some of that, I was just like, oh. But it was very
It
good.
makes
and I'm
sense to
enjoying the
me.
fuck out of myself. Yeah, yeah, no, I get it.
Man. That was good.
Yes. Much chaos was had, including the clown. I'm so sad I couldn't convince you with the clown.
I don't know. At my side of things, the clown's starting to sound a little bit more interesting. He seemed initially like a fucking asshole.
You almost got me.
It's all
like-
about the chaos and the
Like,
fun.
this guy's a little. It's like, this guy's a little too interesting. And I'm not really into being a whole source of amusement, so yeah, I'm gonna sleep on it.
Why not? You're married to a source of amusement for multiple other entities.
I mean, fair.
He's a draconian Harold Lloyd and Charlie Chaplin jammed into one.
I leave the intent for him to him. I just shoot people.
Wait, is this the person?
Me too.
Is this the person I raided last time that was getting off when we raided? I think so, because they got the cute satyr art. Ah,
Getting off. You must be thinking of a different website.
you know.
Yeah, that's Blue Twitch. Blue Twitch or Orange YouTube.
I like both of those. That's really good.
I like the second one. Oh. But yes.
If only I had all of the ability to utilize some specific noises.
Yeah, no, we had to take those away because people were using them or connection issues were causing sounds to go over.
Yep.
It looks like they have a combat going on. I'm looking to raid. They've got a very piratey looking redhead elf, a pink-haired satyr, and what originally I thought was a kobold, but I think that's actually a dragonkin. They're the same thing, right? Just the difference of enlarge or reduce. But yes, we're going to raid the game master. Eric, you guys have a good night. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. And don't get in any trouble. If you do, give us a call. Good night.